Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2, Legacy of the Void. Today it's going to be Reynor versus Maru for the Patreon cast of the week. Top left is going to be Reynor, bottom right going to be Maru. This is from Katowice 2022, the de facto world championship. Everything is on the line here for these two players. Reynor is an upcoming player. He won Katowice last year. And Maru himself is an elite Terran player who has never actually won a world championship. So I kind of feel like both of these players have something to prove to the other one, which again makes for excellent games, especially a ZVT. Alright, what are we looking at here today? Anything happening? No proxies, cool. No like drone rush attack, which actually, when's the last time you saw a drone rush attack? Outside of a ZVZ, because that happens all the time. It's just, it doesn't work. It doesn't work, right? SCVs are too good of fighters. Probes are too good of fighters. There's just, if you're equal on level, there's just no way it's ever going to function for you. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, burn. All right. So hit that like button if you're excited for Reynor versus Maru. Again, this is a Patreon cast. So the week of March the 25th. If you're watching this March the 25th-ish, of the year 2022. Thank you very much for supporting me on patreon.com/FalconPaladin for at least $1 a month. That's all it takes. That's the bar. And if you're watching this in the month of April or after that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe. I'm here 5 times a week with StarCraft 2 content. And not actually making a Reaper here as Maru. Alright. I mean, again, if you do this every time, then that means the Zerg player doesn't have to waste larva on 4 Zerglings. So they stop doing that, and then you have an economic advantage. But if you only do it every once in a while, then they have to make the lings anyway, and they don't get any value from the lings. So it's nice. It's a nice little mind game that Terran players can play in this situation, if they feel like it. Because, yeah, see, 4 lings are coming out. They're going to wait for the Reaper to show up. He's not going to show up. And then they're going to be like, it could have been drones. We could have been 2 drones, Reynor. But Reynor has to play it safe, because you're not going to worker scout. You're not going to send a drone down and see what's going on down here, so you just got to play it blind, you got to open blind, you got to make the lings just in case. And if Maru, again, is known as the dude who never, ever, ever makes Reapers, then sure, you can skip the lings, but he's not. Nobody is. No Terran is that dumb. So I like it. I like the play very much. So the lings are like, well, I guess if there's not a Reaper to kill, we're going to knock down these unbuildable plates so we don't misclick here later, which is always annoying stuff. Man, I found GOM TV uploaded their grand finals, Fruit Dealer versus, God, what's his name? Hope Torture? It's a ZVT from 2010, like the super earliest Wings of Liberty stuff, right? And Tastosis is commenting it, and they look so young, and Tasteless has a cold, or he's like super ill, but he's still casting, and I'm like, man, the times have changed, haven't they? Like, anymore, if somebody's that sick, we're just like, okay, you can't be around other people, man, or like put a mask on or something. But no, he's just up there. That's how the before times were, you know. But yeah, there's so much mech in ZVT in the early days, just because the Thors were really strong, tanks were very good too. But at the same time, Zerg's doing very well because fungal growth was insanely overpowered. Fungal used to root and do damage, so you'd toss down a fungal and then just casually like wander banelings into groups of Marines, and there's nothing they could do about it. They couldn't even try to run. Like, it was so sad. You could lock down medevacs in place with that fungal, so if you're kind of new to the scene, be glad you didn't play TVZ back then, or you're a Terran player, right? Be very, very happy. Ultralisks were bigger, too. The model was really big in 2010. Like, the size of a barracks. Like humongous. So, kind of more intimidating. They were much bigger than the Marines were in the battles that I was seeing, but anyway, it's fun to see how far the game has come in the last 12 years, that's for sure. Free Overlord. Supply blocks Reynor? No. Does he have more Overlords on the way already? Yes. So I don't see this really doing much here. It's a bit of an earlier attack. Like, usually we wait for tanks to do this, but not Maru. He's going to show up at weird times, man. Hey, why don't you try droning up, and I'll just roast up all of your lings and all of your drones with Hellions and kill your queens with my Marines, and are you going to be ready for this? The answer is like, I don't know, maybe. He's not making any more army behind this. So Reynor feels like he has enough, that's for sure. Look at this. He's making a couple more queens, but he's not making any more Zerglings. He's not getting a Baneling nest. He's just like, I'm just getting a hive and a roach warren. Don't worry about me, I'll be fine. fanboys and fangirls out there. Another Overlord. Okay, I like this. Second Overlord killed in the first 5 minutes is pretty fantastic. I mean, it's not game-winning stuff, but it helps. And Queen's got to back it out. Got to transfuse. Oh, dude. Ooh, one Queen dies. That can start a cascade effect where one Queen dies, and the second, the third, the fourth, the fifth go down very quickly, but not that time. The Lings are there to support. The transfuses are good. But every transfuse is 50 energy that can't be used later. And energy regeneration on Queens isn't incredible or anything. Like, look, 32, 33, 34, 35. I mean, it's good, but it's not like shield regeneration for Protoss or, I don't know, like Reaper health generation, regeneration, right? Okay, 3 drones go down. So Maru is taking the death by 1,000 cuts approach to this. He's going to kill a Queen. He's going to kill a couple Overlords. He's going to jump a battle cruiser over here into Reynor's natural base. There are enough Queens to handle this. There are 10 of them on the field. So yeah, one BC is not going to be able to do a whole lot, and there's not another one in production. So this is not a committal to battle cruisers by any stretch. But was it a Maru game? I think it was a Maru game we saw on the channel. Depending on when you're watching this, just back in March, right? Where we got 58 kills on the BC against Dark. Insane ZVT stuff there. So that's probably not going to happen here. But he is making another BC. Oh, hold on a second. Are we... Get out of there. Don't battle cruiser. Don't you die on me. Maru's too smart. He knows how to, you know, get up here on this high ground. Everything's fine. And then roasting up more of these drones. Dude. Maru. You absolute god. What are you doing here? Just killing 12 drones, Falcon. Don't mind me. Counterattack of Lings into the third base. No SCVs die somehow. Wait, is that true? Okay, maybe one SCV dies. But then there's enough Marines to defend there. So, this is interesting. I mean, the fourth base is on the way here from Reynor, but he's only at, what, 67 workers? When at this point, he wants to be closer to 80? It's oversaturated. Oh, he's not saturating his second gas. Reynor, dude, what on earth is this? This is Falcon level stuff here. You can't be, there you go. Saturating that extractor at 7 minutes. Getting a Spire, too, because he recognizes, okay, the threat of BCs is real. Having Corruptors is going to be good here. And the meching stuff. Dude, we saw Maru take down Serral with meching stuff in the month of March from Katowice. Or maybe DreamHack Last Chance. One of the two. So of all the players in the world who will go mech versus Zerg, the one I trust to do it and get a win is Maru. I'm not kidding. Of all the turns, he's the guy that I can trust to make this work. It's weird and it's crazy and it shouldn't work. But it's this weird hodgepodge. It's not traditional mech, where it's just tanks and Hellions and Hellbats and Thors, right? No. This is Hellions, this is BCs, this is tanks, this is Thors, right? But the battle cruisers are a big aspect of this, because you need to have enough anti-air to deal with them. 17 more drones die. Another Queen. The transfuses are so good from Reynor. One teleports out. Dude, okay. I've always felt like Reynor for a while now has been immune to losing drones, but he's lost 34 of them. He's still at 74 workers. That's what I'm talking about. Reynor is somehow, he has the dark magic of macro, where he can just casually lose all the drones, and he's fine. I mean, you know how this works. What this ideally should mean for Maru is that Reynor loses all of those drones, and then he has to replace them, and that means that's money that's not going to army, and his army value suffers. But, I don't know, it's 74 to 58 right now, so that doesn't seem to be the problem right that Reynor's having at all. He's creep spreading like an absolute just boss. Trying to make sure the battle cruisers can't easily come up this way, protecting this new base he's taking down the left side, a fifth base of his. Whereas Maru is taking a fourth now, so I mean, Maru hasn't been bothered whatsoever. Ravager's on the way. So a Roach Ravager Corruptor comp is what it looks like Reynor is going for here. I like it. I mean, Roach Ravager is going to do pretty well as long as they're in 1,000,000 tanks, and there are 8 of them, which is up there in danger zone, but not incredibly difficult for Roach Ravager to break, especially with some incredible corrosive biles, which Reynor is very capable of. He's making a hive, he's getting +2 missile attack, we're working on Infernal Pre-Igniter. Corruptor's coming up this left side, and by that I mean they're ambush. It's an ambush. Rawr! I'm gonna force you to jump out. I'm gonna Yamato and jump. Ready? Jump. And then Yamato and jump. Oh, just jump. Okay, that's fine. Maybe you didn't have a Yamato available. That's all right. No shame in that. Some creep tumors getting sniped right on down by these blue flame hellions, doing bonus damage versus these light categorized creep tumors, which is a change that was made not too long ago, it feels like, but still Terrans are pretty happy about it. It allows them to kill creep tumors much more easily than they were before. I mean, not much more easily. I mean, hellions have always been pretty good against tumors, but now that they're light and they get bonus damage, forget about it. Reynor taking a 12 o'clock base. Income tab looks like this. I mean, in ZVT, it's always pretty spiky. Up and down and up and down and up and down, right? Greater Spire on the way. Baneling Nest getting started at about 11 or 10 minutes here. So having Banelings to deal with Hellbats and Hellions is very nice. How many of those do we have to deal with? 8? It's 8 Hellions? I don't know if that's worth Baneling Nests for, but might as well have it. You're at 85 workers and 100 army supply, and you're effectively maxed out. And again, who else can you kill 35 of their workers in the first 8 minutes and they just absorb it like it's nothing? Reynor. It's Reynor who can. He used to struggle with this. He used to struggle with losing workers early and not being able to recover for future attacks, but he's just... I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. If I knew what it is, I would tell you. Alright, these are YOLO Hellions. Blue flaming it, boys! Taking out 6, 8, and that's about it. 8 drones. So we're at 40 now. We're at 43 drones killed. Maru's expanding at the 6 o'clock. He's already been happily there for some time, so... 5th base of his rolling. We're just splitting Berlingrad in half right now. 9 Broodlords on the way. So this is going to be interesting. Thors and Battlecruisers are really good against Broodlords. So how many of those do we have? We've got 2 Battlecruisers. And 0 Thor. This might not go well for Maru after all. I don't know that he has enough to deal with Broodlords right now. Where are they? They're coming in. And they get scanned. And he's like, ugh. More ghosts. Snipe is really good against Broodlords. That's good. Oh, man. Alright. Well, it's looking pretty dire for Maru all of a sudden here. I liked what Maru was doing, but suddenly Broodlords is an issue. Anti-armor missile helps. Corrosive Bile's trying to land here on these siege tanks. It's an absolute bloodbath on the ground. Tanks are going down. Queens are dying. Roaches and Ravagers are going down as well here. The Corruptors are here to try to deal with the beasts. Snipe on the Broodlords, but they are just pushing everything back here. Battlecruiser has to teleport out. These poor SCVs never even got told to go home. An absolute war shows up on their doorstep, and there's nowhere for them to go. 200, 164. This, man, Maru was playing such a great game, and he just wasn't ready for the Broodlords, it looks like. I mean, sure, a couple Broodlords do go down. Good snipes. Again, I mentioned earlier, snipes are a good unit. Caustic Spray on this planetary is so frustrating to deal with. Roaches just trying to deal with incoming Thors, which are going to be the answer to the Broodlords, but not if they die first. Okay, hold on. Maybe Maru can hold this. If the Broodlords die, it's just Queen and Roach here, which is definitely not enough. Do the transfuses, though? Oh, that's another thing. Queens can't transfuse off creep on the current patch, but at Katowice they sure could. Use the Thors against the Battlecruisers. Dude, 6 kills on that Broodlord. 6 kills on that Broodlord. But the high burst damage. It's hard to heal through that. The Broodlords die. And sure, Caustic Spray is taking down another one of the planetaries here from Maru. So this one is down. Oh, Lings and Roaches are all over this stuff. It's 194 to 150 supply. Reynor has a bank, and Maru does not. And yes, did Maru hold this? Absolutely. He did. Was it enough to win the game? I am not convinced it was. That is a lot of Banelings. That is 30 Banelings coming in at once here. Army value is pretty tough here for Maru, but again, the larger problem is that Reynor can afford to be not cost efficient for the rest of this game and probably win anyway, because he's got 3,000 minerals and 3,000 gas in the bank. The Banelings are there for the Hellbats. There you go. Bonus versus light connections there for sure. Thors getting focused down a little bit here. Corrosive Biles connecting on that tank. Not quite finishing it off, though, but base goes down. Are there enough? My gosh. Thor down, Thor down, Thor down. Snipes. Taking out some of those Ravagers. What is this? Oh, a little caustic spray. Don't mind me just peeing on your natural. One missile turret, really enough to shut this down. So, look, Maru is not dead. He is officially on a solid not dead rating right now. But Reynor's taking bottom left. The income tab looks like this. Just too much blue. Maru's right on that. Viper's on the way. Adrenal glands coming in. It's not been a super Ling-heavy composition for Reynor today, but Adrenal's just a good upgrade to get. It's my favorite one. Lingbane, Roach Ravager against the tank count is just not high enough to really dissuade this. Yeah, and these are not good trades, mind you. This is not super great. The snipes are amazing. The siege tanks are getting big-time hits off here. And then getting killed by Corrosive Bile, because of course they are. Good spell, Corrosive Bile. And army value is now 80 to 48, so that's not good. Couple Brood Lords fired away on missile turret so the Corruptors can come in later. Forcing a little friendly fire splash damage there from the siege tank on the missile turret. Very, very funny stuff. +3 melee attack coming in. Maru does not have a lot of cash, especially gas-wise. He's only got 300 gas in the bank. He's working on tanks. He's working on Vikings. Ling Ravager, a Baneling. Jumping in. Blue Flame Hellbats taking Baneling. Oh, the Banelings actually walked right past that group. All right. I don't know what he was going for exactly, but Lings with Adrenal are inside your mineral line. They're inside the house. Does that even translate anymore to you Gen Zers who are watching this? The calls coming from inside the house. Is that something you're familiar with? Probably not. 23 SCVs died during that battle. This is bad. Viking says, get out of my neighborhood. Just get on out, Broodlords. No one wants you here. And look, Maru is stabilizing. He's still got 46 workers, which is fine. He's got mules too, which is great. Dude, this creep spread is all the way down here. All the way down to the very, very, very southern tip of the map. Insane. Reynor's creep spread is nuts. Now to attack Reynor is impossible. You have to go over so much creep. Reynor, again, does not care. He's not getting great value here. And Maru is just one of the better players in the world at holding. As we're seeing on display here today, it is 37,000 resources lost from Reynor and 30,000 resources lost from Maru. It was even. I think Reynor had a resources lost advantage. He'd lost fewer resources about 5 minutes ago. And now he's 7,000 more than Maru is, and that's what he doesn't care about. Actually, his bank has been whittled down a little bit here. No. No, 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 no. Did Reynor get overconfident? He's taking the top right base. I mean, his income is through the roof for the last 5 minutes. He's just taking all the minerals from the entire map. So I'm not telling you that Maru can't win this game. I'm just telling you it's very hard for him to do so. But it's Maru we're talking about. He's one of the 4 horsemen. He's accomplished feats that mere mortals could only dream of. A planetary down, though, that's pretty big. Supply depots, sensor towers. That's the kind of attack that Reynor needs to do. Not the ones where he's attacking into the heart of the defense with tanks that are already sieged up and everything. He needs to snipe outlying bases. Oh, and then spread creeps, so re-expanding is hard. Sick. The sickest plays here from Reynor right now. Maru, is he up to the task? Got 90 army value. Pretty good stuff. He's got 3-3 on that mech. Reynor says, I'm not going to wait for the rest of these Banelings. Let's go! Attacking right into the teeth of this army. And once again, forced to retreat, taking too many tank hits, taking too many snipes from these ghosts. They're doing serious work. A couple of Lings get in here with +3 attack and Adrenal, sniping off more SCBs, which, look, I know Maru has a bunch of orbitals, and by that I mean he has some orbitals. Does he have 0 orbitals? No, I got one right here. Where I'm so blind sometimes. No. Oh, it's on the end. Great. 4 orbitals. And denying this base with creep is so mean. And that, yeah, all right. All right. All right. This is just Just absolute meanness here. Sure, he can't break Maru's entrenched setup here. So many SCVs have died. It's 82 SCVs that have died. So if there's any Terran on Earth who can come back from this, again, it's Maru. But I don't know what we're looking at here. His income is not good. He's finally managed to retake the 6 o'clock that was creeped upon. And he's finally going to clear these creep tumors on this kind of right side 3 o'clock style base, but here comes the cavalry, and here comes Zerg. Jumping once again into an entrenched... I don't know how else to describe it other than set up and ready and waiting for him here is Maru. He keeps losing tanks. He's lost so many tanks today, 23. He only has 7 remaining. It's not a huge number, but like I said, 7 and 8 is kind of on the border of being awesome. Snipes here. Ghosts are a great comeback unit. We've seen... Okay, there was a game I cast between Maru and Dark a couple months ago where Maru made something like 22 or 23 ghosts in the game and lost none of them. It was some of the most impressive ghost control and ghost effectiveness I've ever seen. And Maru's on the counterattack, everyone. What? Dude, Reynor, did you mess around a little bit too much, Reynor? Did you maybe not care about the cost effectiveness of your battles and now it's not looking so good for you? Look again. Not taking good trades. It's 55,000 resources lost for Reynor to 38,000 for Maru. Maru's just casually pushing up the middle here. He's like, oh, you got our Lings and Ravagers and stuff? That's not enough. You're going to clear your creep. I'm going to casually murder everything you have. Ling run by here from Reynor. Trying to supply block Maru, but I mean, no, it actually might do it. That might actually, oh my gosh. Dude, this is where you don't want a mech army to be. Right at your front door. Okay, I think we're making too many Banelings to try to deal with this. There are not that many Hellbats, man. There are some Hellbats, man. But this is the first time that Maru's been on the side of the map in like 20 minutes. Rah! From all directions, though. So much Zerg from everywhere. Left side, bottom side, trying to make sure the splash damage is not as effective that way. But the Thors are standing in. Corrosive Biles connecting. They're trying to kill ghosts and whatnot. But Reynor backs off for the 17th time today. And no, there's not a ton of army here from Maru. But if your enemy runs away from you when you're on this side of the map, dude, no. There's no way. I was calling Maru dead here. But I did also tell you, if anyone's capable of winning this match and being in the position that he was in, it was Maru. He's just so technically excellent. He's going to kill this space. He's going to kill this space. Sure, Lings are killing more SCVs. But again, how much does a Terran player care about dead SCVs? Not as much. Not as much. So yeah, hatch down, hatch down. What is going on here? The income tab is falling back down into Maru's favor. Ugh. Catching a Thor out. Okay. So free Thor there. That's good. It's a 30 kill Thor here, by the way. 16 kill Thor there. I mean, this game getting an epic tag, like just the fact that Maru is not dead yet is pretty amazing stuff. This is not looking good, but I keep saying that, and then Reynor has to flee again because the snipes start coming in and the tanks start making hits. And Reynor's bank is down to 1,000 minerals and 200 gas. You can't win this thing with Lings. No siree, no how. He needs gas to win this game. So he's... Okay, so Maru is taking out the top right corners of the... What is going on right now? 3 o'clock base dead. Maru's trying to expand there nakedly. I think... Okay, I think this might be it. This might be it. Dude, these Lings are trying to engage with these Hellbats, but the positioning is way too good. There are just not many big mecha units left here. There are 5 tanks and like some Hellbats and some ghosts. So I don't see the writing and the path here. Reynor has lost so many units today, though. But like I said, he has so much income he can afford to be very careless with his army and still win the game anyway. It just makes it a lot dicier than you'd ever want it to be, is all. 12 o'clock base here from Reynor, retaking it. Because these bottom left bases are going to die. I don't know if there's enough mech here to handle it this time. Ling's coming around the backside. Oh, distracting the tanks. Beautiful, beautiful stuff there. Okay, that time, Reynor has enough. Crushes Maru's army. Gets the win, and Reynor is your winner in 24 minutes and 47 seconds. Good gravy. That was something to behold. That was definitely Reynor losing 4 hatcheries, 80 drones, and 73,000 resources worth of stuff today. And winning anyway, because he just had the whole map. He had 12 bases. Sure, he lost 15 queens, and sure, he lost all 12 of his broodlords, and sure, he lost 700 zerglings, but so what? He had all of the money. Maru, 50,000 resources lost, 3 battle cruisers, 10 Thors, 37 tanks is a lot of tanks, 134 SCVs is a ton of SCVs too, but yeah, I mean, once Reynor was pretty much able to establish all of these bases all around and getting creep all the way down here, it just was not going to work for Maru. End of the day, no. He had to spend too much time defending. He really only got that one offensive push, which was looking pretty good, but then Reynor just had so much more money than he did that throwing wave after wave of banelings and roaches and ravagers, and it was enough. It was enough in the end. Income tab is just blue for the last 10 minutes, and that is why that's the win right there. Great game, though. Again, nobody could even come close to coming back from that game except for Maru, I don't think. Reynor kind of crushes everybody else in about 13 minutes. So, GG. What a great Patreon game that was. That was a ton of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. Hit that like button, by the way. All right, excellent. So that is going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. I was going to call it Heart of the Swarm for a minute there. I don't know what that was. Anyway, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.